coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
The conflict in Ukraine continues. Ukrainians are now leaving their home country and arriving in nearby ones. This train center in Poland saw hundreds of refugees arrive. Good afternoon, I'm Noah Klein. Thank you so much for joining us. More than 800,000 Ukrainians have left their homes since Russia's invasion began. Some have moved out of the country completely. Others have moved to new cities. Take a look at this new video here. This Poland theater is now a shelter and coordination center for goods. The UN Refugee Agency worries this refugee crisis could become Europe's largest this century. It estimates a total of 16 million people in and around Ukraine could need relief and protection. Meanwhile, Airbnb is offering temporary housing to some of those refugees. It has a refugee fund that'll cover some of the costs for more than 100,000 Ukrainians. The company's CEO is requesting the help of people in Poland, Germany, Hungary, and Romania to open up rooms for refugees. For the first time in 40 years, the United Nations Security Council called an emergency meeting of the UN General Assembly to address this invasion. The U.S. ambassador to the UN condemned Russia and called for the immediate withdrawal of Russian troops. She praised protesters for speaking out against President Vladimir Putin's actions. In her speech, Thomas spoke directly to the people of Russia and encouraged more to take action.
To the Russian soldiers sent to the front lines of an unjust, unnecessary war, I say your leaders are lying to you. Do not commit war crimes. Do everything you can to put down your weapons and leave Ukraine.
Let's take a larger look here at the Russian invasion. We've been talking about it for a few days now, but new within the last hour, Russia has claimed it's taken over Kherson, the first major city to be completely overtaken. You can see right here on this map of Ukraine which territories are currently controlled by Russian forces. Other cities overtaken include Kharkiv, the country's second largest city, and the northern part of Kyiv, as well as Chernobyl and the southern city of Crimea. An update now to a story we first brought you yesterday. A Colombia man now faces criminal charges after he allegedly barricaded himself inside the Oak Towers apartment complex in Colombia yesterday. 60-year-old John Calvert is charged with armed criminal action, unlawful use of a weapon, possession of a controlled substance, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Calvert is a convicted felon. He's currently in the Boone County Jail custody without bond. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt's lawsuit against Columbia Public Schools now has a trial date. Schmidt's lawsuit against the district's mask mandate will take place on October 18th at the Boone County Courthouse. The trial will take place at 9 a.m. with a pre-trial hearing scheduled for September 9th at 1 p.m. The trial centers on whether CPS has the authority to issue those public health orders. CPS will be represented by Natalie Ng Hunchmeyer and Grant David Weens. There's an effort among some state lawmakers to ban discrimination of natural hair. A House bill passed yesterday designed to protect students from hair discrimination. Today, a Senate committee heard a similar bill. KOMU8's Leah Vredenbrett is in Jefferson City, where she spent the day hearing from advocates. KOMU8 spoke with a local salon owner who says these legal protections are necessary. Bridget Williams has been a hairdresser for 20 years and is the owner of Artistry Salon. Williams has not experienced hair discrimination herself, but says it's a problem primarily against black people. Williams says hair is a major part of self-identity and people should be able to use their hair for self-expression.
This is what's growing out of my head. Who are you to tell me that it's not professional or right or acceptable? You know, this is who I am.
Williams says she is sad that we even have to have laws about hair discrimination, but she hopes students get protected. Tonight at 6, hear how Williams is fighting a stigma in her salon. Looking nationally here, the White House unveiled a new COVID-19 response plan with fewer disruptions. The National COVID-19 Preparedness Plan will focus on keeping businesses and schools open while also planning for future COVID variants. The new strategy hopes to ensure the federal government has stockpile masks and tests. Under the plan, hundreds of one-stop locations will open across the country to provide tests and treatment for free.
Vaccines, treatments, tests, masks. These tools are how we continue to protect people. They enable us to move forward safely and get back to our more normal routines.
Currently, the CDC mask mandate for passengers on airlines is set to expire on March 18th. The White House task force says it will continue to evaluate whether to modify that mandate. Plus, a website launching later this month will possibly ensure people have the tools to protect themselves.
We'll launch a website later this month that will be a go-to place where you can find vaccines and masks at easy and convenient locations, and where you can find the latest information on COVID-19 in your community.
The new plan also includes a renewed effort to get children under 5 vaccinated. That's as long as the CDC and the FDA recommend it. It's Missouri Nurse Advocacy Day, and there's an effort to train and hire nurses in the state. Remember, yesterday, MU Healthcare announced an incentive that would pay some nurses up to $85. Governor Mike Parsons spoke at the Missouri Nurses Association luncheon today. Nursing shortages have affected mid-Missouri for years, but COVID-19 has created more burnouts and disparities in the workforce. One nursing instructor at Moberly Area Community College says the adversities nurses have gone through has made it difficult to promote the profession.
So it's very hard to inspire would-be nurses to join the field whenever they see so many leaving because there's nobody to educate them. There's nobody to inspire them to want to go into this field. Nursing is not just about education, it's a personal calling.
You look at those eyes, you look at those faces out there, and you realize these people have been through a battle zone for 2 years.
Along with promoting the nursing profession, the governor emphasized future legislation that will improve broadband for rural medical staff. The stage is set how Columbia is gearing up for True False's return to downtown. Plus, progress on the new airport terminal is finally taking off. Get an exclusive look at the new addition next.